What's good? It's your boy Fanon. Gotta tell you, last night being uh April 21st was a great, great day of day and night of boxing. Once again, man, Showtime put on a card that was just incredible. The fight with even the fights coming out of the UK were really good. Man, pretty much everybody that was in there was either a current PBC fighter or a past future PBC fighter. Amir Khan came out and did his thing against Loda Greco. Um, Carl Frampton did his thing against Nonito Donaire in a really great, exciting bout. After that, Gervonta Davis did his thing against Quaylar and really set himself up, man. That young man was impressive in the ring, and he's impressive out of the ring with admitting what was going on. Everything, he let things go to his head, and man, he said the right things yesterday. Then Jamal Charlo put all the middleweights on notice. All the middleweights on notice with a crazy stoppage. And then, of course, Adrien Broner and Jesse Vargas in the main event, which is the subject matter of this video. Now, before I get into the details of it, man, because I'm happy, man. The only fight that I didn't predict correctly was Adrien Broner. And honestly, I got to tell you that I think that a draw is a win for Adrien Broner in this, man. A draw, even though he thought he won the fight, there's a lot of people that I've seen that thinks that he won the fight. You know, he definitely, I believe, won the second half of the fight, man. And the dude looked he looked good. But this is a win for him. But before I get into it, I want to thank everybody that showed up to the live streams. We basically did a live stream for every fight in the afternoon and the evening. So we were talking boxing, the whole time, man, the whole afternoon. Great conversations. People were asking for, I never show the fights on streams, right? But the live stream was a lot of fun, man. I had a blast. We had over 40,000. We had over 40,000 people watching throughout the nights. Some people came in, came out, obviously, in that. But, it was just a lot of people. It was a real great conversation, a lot of stuff that was good. So I definitely want to ask you guys that if you're not subscribed, subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you can attend the live streams. They are definitely a lot of fun, especially when we do them. We do them on a daily basis about a lot of subjects in boxing, but we do them during fight days. We just on watching the fight, man. If you want somebody, have some good interaction with real fight fans that enjoy the sport. It was just going on for 5-6 hours yesterday. So it was really fun. I certainly hope that you accept my invitation to hit to subscribe and hit the bell icon. And when you hit the bell icon, make sure you say that you can get all notifications and not just occasional. Because if you just click it, you don't select get all notifications, then you'll get notifications every now and then, and you'll miss some. Now that said, man. Oh, and also thank you to the super chats. We're raising money for a cause, and we got, man, maybe 1/10 of the way there just off the live stream. So that was what's up. Definitely appreciate everybody that that supports the channel in that way, in the Venmo, or just watching regular videos and just watching the videos, man. This channel is to raise money for a cause, so we put the ads in the video. I appreciate your patience, man. So anyway, with that. And AB, the can man. Can man means can get another fight. He can get another fight. He can get another headline. And he needs to do what he said to do and take that sucker to Ohio. Man, what a great fight. First of all, it started off. Man, see, here's the thing, man. In my comments of this video, I was just so much rooting for Adrien Broner. Seriously, man, it's like a dude is having a hard time, man, in the ring, and to see him go to a new trainer in Kevin Cunningham, and say all the things, man. Dude looked in tremendous shape. He looked in tremendous shape. I think that showed down the stretch of the fight. And honestly, man, if he would have pulled off one more round in the beginning or the end, he would have won the fight on everybody's cards. So, but in the beginning of the fight, it was tough, man. It was touch and go because obviously Jesse Vargas thought, he was going to use the same approach a lot of people use, just kept going at him, letting his hands go. He was going to the body. He was going to the body nice. He was touching him with some jabs real nice. He was just being really, he's being real aggressive and, doing the things that were, the textbook on how you beat Adrien Broner. So in the first round, I thought the first round was touch and go. It could have went either way. Then the second round, I thought that after four, honestly, I had Vargas up. Now, if for the people that were in the live stream, you got to know, man, I was just cracking jokes and having fun, man. Because like I said, that when I'm calling the fights, man, I'm just really trying to I'm having fun. I'm not trying to be Jim Lampley, right? This is an opinion boxing channel. I'm just having fun, and I was rooting for Adrien Broner, but I gotta respect the work that Jesse Vargas was putting in the second round, the third round, the fourth round. Around the fifth round, though, man, I'm telling you, I started seeing Adrien Broner was landing. I think Adrien Broner was landing the heavier shots, the more clean shots to the head. If there was anybody in there who was getting hurt, I think that those really getting hurt and looking like they were getting punished, I think that was Jesse Vargas. Adrien Broner looked like he was just as strong. He was also willing to let his hands go in exchanges in the fifth, in the fifth and the sixth. So I had, without having my scorecard right in front of me, because I couldn't keep an active scorecard at the same time as talking to you. I thought a lot of people in the comment section had it like, some people after 4 rounds had it 4-0. Other people had it 3-2. Some people had it 3-0 Braun AB. So it was there's a lot of mix, and I'm telling you, we had thousands of people on in the live stream, man. So I did definitely got to get a good sense of what people were seeing in the fight, right? Every once in a while, somebody would tell me to stop being biased, and I would have to say, look, I'm being biased in this fight. Okay, I'm telling you right now. Okay, I'll call it like I see it for a second, but after that, I got to go back to rooting for Adrien Broner because I want to see this guy in more fights. I want to see him in more fights. He's good. He might be, like, I understand my man Toussaint Layover Tour and other people who are subscribers to the channel. We get sick of Adrien Broner, doing all this stuff that he does outside the ring, walking around like he's, whatever, brushing his waves, talking about he's spinning, acting like he's drunk, starting fights, cracking people upside the head, getting arrested, all of that type of nonsense. I do not. That part of Adrien Broner can go. That part of Adrien Broner can go. But the part of Adrien Broner, I'm telling you, man, that I enjoy is the press conference Adrien Broner, because if you looked at this fight on Showtime, the press conference, it was boring. Not because it was now if Adrien Broner had not been there, I might not have thought it was boring. I would have thought, like, okay, he's about his business. Gervonta Davis is about his business. He looks really, really hungry, and he's about his business. Cuellar, he speaks Spanish, so I don't really know what he's saying, but he seems stoic and, just like he's ready to fight. Like, this is some necessity. Like, this last press conference is just a necessity. So something that, he's got a media obligation. He's going to meet his media obligation, but as soon as he possibly can, they're going to get back and go back to the hotel room, right? Same thing with Jermall Charlo. Centino seemed like, a deer with his headlights, a deer in the headlights, which showed in his fight that he was a deer caught in the headlights. The headlights being them gloves that Jermall Charlo was wearing. Right. But then you get to, Jesse Vargas. Obviously, this is not the biggest fight he's been in, obviously, but this was the biggest fight he was favored to win. He was food for Manny Pacquiao, man. He was going to be food for Manny Pacquiao. And that's what he wound up being with Manny Pacquiao. And here, man, this was his coming out party. This was going to be his coming out party. Jesse Vargas was going to announce himself to the world by beating Adrien Broner. But still, no excitement in the press conference. But when you watch Adrien Broner in the press conference, man, you always wonder, what's this dude gonna say? What is he gonna do? You just even when he wasn't saying anything, putting his music on, with his headphones on, but all that stuff, man, dude knew what he was doing, and it makes it exciting. So when I'm calling the fight, and I'll get back to my description of the fight, I'm thinking like we get to see another Adrien Broner train wreck in about 3-4 months, man. We get to see another train wreck, man, and it's going to be more entertaining. We're going to get another night of fights headlined by Adrien Broner, and it's going to be fun. Okay, y'all cannot deny that this dude brings comedy. He brings comedy, and he brings a lot of conversation to boxing, which in my book is a good thing. All the coonerish foolishness, stuff outside the ring, that's not. But that part of Adrien Broner, man, I want to see for just a little while longer, man. I want to see him just a little while longer. But as the fight continued, right, through 7, 8, Adrien Broner started winning that fight. That second half of the fight, I thought Adrien Broner was winning those rounds pretty convincingly. And throughout the whole fight, he was backing up Jesse Vargas. He was punishing Jesse Vargas. Jesse Vargas, to me, pretty much, if Jesse Vargas didn't throw body shots, didn't have as many body shots, I wouldn't have given him any round. I mean, he got maybe, he would come over the top of a lazy jab by Adrien Broner every once in a while, and caught him with some clean shots. But Adrien Broner was catching him with uppercuts. He was catching him with hard jabs, straight rights, hooks. I mean, he was really doing his thing on Jesse Vargas in the second half of the fight. So even in the comment section where I started watching the scores started getting closer and closer. We even had like my man Sal Gutierrez. Shout out to one of my favorite subscribers, Sal Gutierrez. Sal Gutierrez was like 6-0. I believe Sal Gutierrez had the card 6-0 after 6, but then after 10, he had a 6-4. He had a 6-4. So, people that were seeing the fight, clearly seeing the fight in favor of Jesse Vargas, started seeing that Adrien Broner was, getting those rounds getting the rounds in the second half of the fight. Now, the only thing that I wish, when we got to round 11 and 12, like 10 and 11, I still thought Adrien Broner was doing the better work, really doing the work. And then when you got to the 12th round, I mean, that was a pick 'em round. I kind of wish that Adrien Broner had let his hands go a little bit more, but Adrien Broner was the one that he was trying. Now, this is a funny thing. Adrien Broner was the one that was trying to cut off the ring on Jesse Vargas. And Jesse Vargas, I mean, he's a smart fighter, man. Jesse Vargas showed, man, he's a good fighter. He's a smart fighter. When things weren't going his way, he got on the back foot. He tried to bait Adrien Broner in, and so that he could counter him. I mean, he did a lot of really good things, man. So I don't think that Jesse Vargas didn't lose any respect in my eyes at all by this draw, right? But I just think that the 12th round could have went either way. So the end of it is, a draw. I can live with a draw. Personally, I think Adrien Broner might have gotten it by about a round, because of the first half of the fight was a tale of two halves. But I think that Adrien Broner won more of the rounds in the second half of the fight than Jesse Vargas won in the first half of the fight. And I think a lot of people, and now this just could be, like I said, leading into it, and why I was like, man, I take Adrien Broner by, a close decision, a split decision, right? And it wound up being, I think, a majority draw. I think that's what you call it when you got one card for Broner and two cards that are a draw, and no judge gave the fight to Jesse Vargas, right? So my prediction was right about on, man. It was off by a round. My prediction was off by a round on one guy's card. So, yeah, I knew what I was talking about yesterday. But the reason I said that was because I thought a lot of people were picking against Adrien Broner. I don't think that they were really trying to pick for Jesse Vargas, right? Like there was something that they saw in Jesse Vargas who would tell you that Jesse Vargas should be the guy who is of the caliber of Adrien Broner. Because no matter what people want to say, man, Adrien Broner is a world-class fighter. The guy can fight. Like Paulie Malignaggi said, the guy can fight. He's not some pushover. He's not a complete and utter hype job. The dude is somebody that can throw hands. But with Kevin Cunningham, we're gonna see now, man, in leading up, because this should be a rematch. I would love to see a rematch. Now, Adrien Broner said if we're gonna do a rematch, we're gonna do a rematch in my hometown. Now, I want to see a rematch with Jesse Vargas and Adrien Broner. I think that would be a real good thing. Personally, what I'd like to see though is I'd like to see Adrien Broner get a fight that is not a super hard fight. I mean, the cat, it keeps coming with top-notch opposition, fight after fight after fight, man. You know what I mean? I mean, from Adrian Granados to Mikey Garcia to Jesse Vargas. I mean, I think all of those guys, with the exception of maybe Adrian Granados. Well, I guess, yeah, these guys are all pretty much a catchweight guys, man. But they are all guys that knew that there was a book out on Adrien Broner, and the Marcos Maidana book, and he fought Sean Porter and put in a good show, in my opinion, against Sean Porter, against a dude who was much bigger. It'd be cool just to see if let Adrien Broner take a fight where it's not. There's some good suspense to it, like it could be a good fight, but something to let him have another fight with Kevin Cunningham in his camp. Do another hard, because dude looked much better in this fight than he did against Mikey Garcia. Now, I do believe that Jesse Vargas Mikey Garcia is a better fighter than Mikey Garcia is a better fighter than Jesse Vargas. But at the same time, I think that, and although I might say that Mikey Garcia might be able to, would probably have still won last night, I think he would have had a harder time winning last night with Adrien Broner, man. He looked better. He looked more willing to trade. He looked more willing to now he was walking forward with a high guard, but he didn't have the shoulder roll. I didn't see him in that shell at all. I didn't see cats trying to punch over the top of that or whatever. But he looked good. So for his next fights, I'd like to see the rematch with Jesse Vargas. But before the rematch with Jesse Vargas, I'd like to see him get a couple more fights in with good competition, good solid level competition. But at the same time, somebody that's not, going to be a lot bigger than him, or somebody that is, necessarily going to have, the punching power really to, cause him a lot of problems. Because I think, unlike a lot of other boxers, he's put in his work. He's fought the top level competition. He grinds out. They're exciting. They're fun fights. They're fun fights to watch. And he's not done right now, man. He's shown that he's not through. So, hey, man, I got much love for what Adrien Broner did tonight. Hey, man, Jesse Vargas, that he did the best he could do, man. That's the best you're going to see out of Jesse Vargas against Adrien Broner. But it shows what kind of, to me, it shows what kind of level of fighter Adrien Broner is. So, like I said, for him, this is a win. Adrien Broner, this draw is a win, because there's a lot of people who are just counting him out, right? And a lot of people are counting him out. If he had lost the fight, you got a whole lot of people who are just like, he's a gatekeeper. He's a gatekeeper now. Nah, Adrien Broner's not a gatekeeper, man. Adrien Broner is an attraction. When you're the guy, see, Adrien Broner is the type of guy that can fight people and doesn't actually need to be fighting for a belt. He's one of the rare guys in boxing that can do that. Pacquiao can do that. This was not a champion. This was not for a belt. And this fight generated a lot of interest, a lot of excitement. I'd be really surprised if the ratings don't come in very good for this fight. For solid, usual Adrien Broner numbers. And that's because Adrien Broner in and of himself is an attraction. So while people call him a gatekeeper, I got to disagree with that, man. I got to disagree with people calling him a gatekeeper. He's somebody that is an attraction. And it might be an attraction because it's a car wreck and you're waiting to see what's going to happen. You're like, dang, this car is out of control. Is this shit gonna flip over the bridge? Something like that might be what you're thinking. But at the same time, man, you're gonna tune in and watch them. And hey, man, so much appreciation to everybody that showed up in the live stream. And I'm out. Peace.